everybody, it's Cooking with Kaitlin, featuring one of your favorite guest chefs. We are making chicken salad today, and since she makes some really good ones, she's kind of leading this one.
So what we've done is we put chicken tenders in to boil, and they're still a little bit frozen right now, but that's okay because they'll thaw out pretty quick because they're small. And I just put basically whatever I have in the kitchen in it. There's no real recipe, but when I'm boiling it, I usually put some kind of citrus flavor in there. If you have orange juice, just pour some in there. But we don't, so we're going to use lemon, and I usually always put dill in there. I don't have any measurements. It's just kind of, size.
We'll kind of eyeball and put some basic, kind of minimums.
But I like to put it in when it boils because it helps get more of the flavor in there.
That was about a third to half a cup of the lemon juice.
At least. And then the dill. But some dill is real good with poultry and fish. So
that was probably between 2 teaspoons.
Correct. So we're going to boil this. Now, a couple of different directions you could go. Like, if you wanted to have it more savory, you could add thyme, ground thyme. If you wanted to have a little kick to it, you could put some garlic juice in it, whatever. But we're going to, instead of doing that, after it's cooked, then we're going to mix in some dried ranch dip mix with it, just to give it kind of a summery, cool flavor. So this is going to take a little while to boil, and we will be back later.
Okay. Right, one other thing we realized she's doing is she's got to boil.
So we're going to put eggs in our chicken salad, and roughly about 1 to each pound. I think we have a little over 3 pounds worth of chicken. And you may not like as much eggs, but I usually about 1. And you want to go ahead and boil them now so that when they finish, you can put them in the refrigerator and let them cool down. They're much easier to peel if they're cold. So we're going to do that now, and then just let everything boil, and we'll get back to you later.
And I agree with that as the person who always makes the deviled eggs in this family.
So the chicken, because most of it was still frozen, took about 25 to 30 minutes. If it's thawed out completely, it should only take, about 10-15 minutes. You just have to look and get one and just kind of cut into it and make sure it's done all the way through, which is what I did. So as long as it's white all the way through and there's no pink or blood, like Kaitlin has told you before, then it's done. So we're going to take this out of the water and probably just put it into a bowl to shred with the beater, but we're going to let it cool off a little bit.
And we've taken the eggs out and put them in the fridge to cool too, because chicken salad's not hot, it's a cool salad. So we'll check back later.
So the chicken is cooked. As we boiled it, it was frozen, so it took about 25. So if it's thawed out, it's probably like 10-15 minutes, and let it cool off. We're going to do the mixer to shred it. We boiled the eggs, and I let them get cold. I peeled them, I washed them, because you have to get all the shell off, and then you want to just put it on a paper towel so they're dry. So I cut all that up, and then we'll start mixing things together, whatever we want to put in there.
You can start with it.
Well, I don't have a mixer. Now I'm going to shred this first. I'll look to see if we have any. cheese chopped up. All the
egg pour in there.
I think to start with, we'll put in some mayonnaise and mix that in.
Good idea.
To get it a little moistened before we start adding anything else. And I just start adding mayonnaise until it's the consistency I want, because some people like it really mayonnaise-y, creamy. I do not. I just like it having it coated, but not,
and some people prefer to add some mustard too, as opposed to mustard. We're doing the ranch. That flavor combination wouldn't quite work out.
Probably not.
It'd be a little weird.
And then you can just, once you get it to that kind of moisture level, you can start adding whatever you want. Some people cut up apples and just a small one, because I don't use this other one to mix it. Some people cut up apples and put them in there. If you do that, I would suggest squirting a little lemon juice on your apples. Some people put grapes. I do not.
I like them, but we're going to different,
because I'm making it. And
you might add nuts, you can add different vegetables, or if you're going to put this salad or on a sandwich with vegetables, you might opt less of that. Chicken salad is. You can kind of make it how you want.
It's just a kitchen sink kind of a dish. You just put in there whatever you want. I would suggest if you put pecans, toast your pecans first before you put them in there. It just gives it a little bit of flavor. And at this point, I usually put a little salt and pepper in there, but since we're going to put some dry ranch mix, I'm just going to wait on that.
Yeah.
And we'll probably add a little more mayonnaise here in a minute, but I'm not going to add it. I'm just going to add and taste, see what seems good. But ranch should probably be pretty good with this. So it's a little bit harder to stir, so we're going to add a little more mayonnaise. And I like Hellmann's, I have to admit. Whenever if I'm the one buying, I buy Hellmann's, because it's a little more expensive, but it really does make a difference. So
the unrefined taste in me will eat generic mayonnaise just fine.
Well, and I do too, but I grew up on salad dressing, not mayonnaise, because mayonnaise is more expensive than what yeah, it looks like mayonnaise. I always thought it was called it mayonnaise, but it's actually, if you look at it, it says salad dressing. So yeah, and another way you could do this is maybe mix in the ranch dressing into your mayonnaise that you're adding to it. It would probably mix it a lot more evenly.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, sorry, this part's probably kind of boring to y'all, watching it mix.
They watch me do it all the time.
And Kaitlin is
I've chopped up some green onions, and with those, as you well know from other recipes, a little can go quite a long way. So you don't use a ton of them.
What do you think about using a mixer?
I can do that.
Yeah. I'm going to try the mixer and kind of mix it all together, see how it works. It might mix in the ranch a little better.
Yeah.
Because this is pretty solid. It's not real creamy or anything. The way we like it. So it's a little harder to mix in dry ingredients. That's why I like to add dry ingredients when it's boiling, because then it kind of soaks into it. Give it a little taste test. See what we're thinking here.
How it's doing.
Bring down, Mike. Go ahead and put in the whole pack.
I would do the whole pack of it.
Well,
there we go.
in for a opinion.
In for a flavor. Bam! Bam!
more mayonnaise. Try it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it well.
Mm-hmm. And if you like certain or green goddess, put some of that in with less mayonnaise. You know, get you a different flavor. Just whatever you think about. And I will tell you, if you like a red or vinaigrette, it's going to turn chicken.
That might be one to like add on top of your salad, whether you're putting it on like a bed of lettuce or a sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a drizzle effect. You know, get real fancy with yourself. Real sassy.
Or a lemon vinaigrette might be good on it.
Ooh, a lemon vinaigrette would be good on that. Yeah.
Also, the other stuff we're going to add the eggs and the
Green onion.
Just because it's easier to do it this way. Because we made so much.
Yeah.
If you're by yourself, like I've been for a long time, I just would bake a couple chicken breasts and cut it really.
But we have Sean.
We have Sean, so
We don't make anything in small portions. It makes no sense.
now it doesn't. Because then we're just back doing it the next day.
Yep. She thinks she's so funny.
Well, if y'all were able to hear over the din, y'all probably laughed too.
She probably did. There we go. Just get the last little bit. Quick enough. Alright, guys.
How's the taste? What's it?
It tastes good.
I think it might need a little more mayonnaise.
Maybe like a spoonful, but not a ton.
And actually, if you have varying degrees of mayonnaise likeness in your family, you can always keep it, you know, not too creamy, and then as somebody uses it, they can always add a little more mayonnaise to their own individual.
And if you
Serve
put it in the fridge for a few days, you can't really keep it past like kind of 4 days.
4 days for chicken.
But if you like eat a bunch, like everybody ate a big sandwich today, and nobody wants to eat it the next 2 days, and you get to it day 4 and it's still good, but it's dried up a little, you would also add just a little bit of mayonnaise.
And there you have it. Get you some bread or some croissants or some wheat thins or something like that. And
A little early for dinner right now, first, but maybe I'll send a yeah.
bon appetit.
Alright, as promised, got our nicely chilled chicken salad. We've got a croissant. There, we've got some tomato. Look at that. Sliced. Gotta get that sticker off of it. Because even though I hear you're okay to eat them, I don't really want to. That just seems gross. Got some greens. Nice little leafy greens. That. Yum. You could just do this as a salad. You don't have to have your croissant. But we have our croissants. It's just fun to see. It's just fun to see. Just gonna put chicken salad on there. Nice, as if you guys don't know how to assemble a sandwich. But still. There we go. It's looking delish. Actually, I'm going to flip it this way. There we go. And then whatever you got for a side. Chef D got us some Havarti. Hi, Havarti. Guys, bon appetit. See y'all later.